also. Wherefore I put thee in remembrance that
He
by
trying
the
to learn,
word
they
of the
push him.
gift of Yahawah, which is in thee by the putting on of my hand.
Right.
For Yahawah hath not given us the spirit of fear,
Right.
but of power,
Right.
and of love, and of a sound mind.
Hey.
Exactly. We
That's
don't
that-
have,
Oh, my bad.
Salaki, we don't have a fear of the circumstance.
Right.
We fear YAHAWASHI. And we believe on him. You know, it said, woe unto them with faint-hearted, faint hands,
Right.
and a sinner that goeth both ways.
Right. Done.
You either believe the Lord or you don't. In Hebrews, it tells you, you have to first believe that he is, and he's what? He's a rewarder of them that put their trust in him.
Right.
You know that, Salakia, that diligently seek him. So if you're diligently seeking the Lord, you should have tunnel vision on that victory, man.
Right.
Ain't no plan Bs, bro.
That's that unction. That's why he gave us an unction to know all things, man. Ain't no fear when you have been anointed with the spirit of Yahawah YAHAWASHI, man. Go ahead,
Verse 8, be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord,
Right.
nor of me, his prisoner.
Revelation 19:10. Go ahead, my bad.
It says, be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord,
Right.
nor of me, his prisoner, but be thou partaker of the affliction of the gospel according to the power of Yahawah.
Hey, and that affliction is gonna come on all type of ways, man. But guess what? When your spirit is on 1,000, man, it don't make no difference. Because you trust in Yahawah YAHAWASHI. Hey, and he say he ain't gonna put no more on you than you can handle, man. Go ahead.
Who have saved us and called us with an holy calling.
Right. That's my bad. That's that unction, man. Okay, and he said in John 6:43 that he will raise you up at the last day, man. You cannot choose the Lord, he got to choose you. And if he raise you up, then he give you the unction to know all things. Go ahead.
Who has saved us and called us with an holy calling.
Right.
Not according to our works, but according to his own purpose
Right.
and grace, which was given us in Yahawashi HaMashiach before the world began.
Because I was just finna say that's that predestined, man. Predestined from the beginning with Yahawashi, man. Go ahead. Start at 9. 19 and 9.
This is Revelation chapter 19, starting at 9. It reads, and he saith unto me, right blessed are they which are called unto the marriage.
There it is. Hey, this is precept of what the brother just read. Go ahead.
Supper of the Lamb.
Right.
And he saith unto me, these are the true sayings of Yahawah.
Right.
And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not.
Right.
I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahawashi.
That was the point. Go ahead. That was it. That was it. It's about having the testimony of Yahawashi, man. If you was calling, the Lord woke you up and gave you that calling, man. Do the work. Do the work, man.
Got a precept.
Go out to the highways and byways and do the work, man. Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 3 and 9. For we are laborers together with Yahawashi.
Right.
Ye are Yahawashi's husbandry.
Right.
Ye are Yahawashi's building. According to the grace of Yahawah, which is given unto me, as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation.
Right.
And another buildeth thereon.
Remember that precept.
But let every man take heed how he buildeth there.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We were going through that with his brother. So I had told him to read that to his brother. So we were establishing the spiritual temple being built with his brother. That's brother.
Locked in,
Locked in.
Hey, read that again. That's beautiful.
Hold on. That made the tent was brought out before, right? We got the true, about Yahawashi.
19, Revelation 19 and 10.
What was that word though that he said?
Testimony.
Testimony of Yahawashi. He has, they say that the learned from the precept of men.
Right.
You see? We got doctrine.
Can't get out. Hey, but hey, everybody ain't chosen, bro. At the end of the day.
He might be sealed now.
But you know what though?
Hey,
Ultimately, the whole nation of Israel is chosen. But right now, it's about the elite.
Right.
Just like we go into this all the time. It's certain battles. Esau don't send in the infantry. Esau send in what? Special forces.
Right.
Certain missions calls for certain type of soldiers.
Yeah.
This is one of those type of missions. Ultimately, the entire nation of Israel is going to get in and they're going to understand and they're going to be righteous. Everybody not, and this is from the foundation. From the foundation of the earth, there were certain men of the nation of Israel that were built for the test of right now.
Yeah, that's true, bro. Real serious.
Lord's willing.
Yeah, Khan, always. All the one righteous out, man.
From the top, this is our 1 Corinthians 3:9. For we are laborers together with Yahawah. Ye are Yahawah's husbandry. Ye are Yahawah's building.
Right.
According to the grace of Yahawah, which is given unto me, as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon.
Right.
But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon.
Right.
That's my point I was saying. You know, you're not supposed to build on another man's foundation. So you trying to build with YAHAWASHI's foundation.
Right.
You gotta tear that shit down, man.
Right.
You gotta be a newborn babe, man.
You gotta,
You can't build upon that
1
old
Peter
foundation.
2:5.
You gotta hit the reset button on your lifestyle, man. And that goes with tearing down all of the understanding that you thought you knew and coming back as a newborn babe and continuing to be a newborn babe. Because you gotta continue to appreciate the house you've been let into.
Right.
Because eventually you get into a house, and after a while, being in this flesh, you get used to being in the house, and now you on the couch, you eating Cheerios, you spilling milk on you spilling milk on the carpet, instead of remembering that this ain't your house in the first place, and at any moment in time, you can get that you can get kicked out.
It's good to have a healthy balance and fear. That's why he took that remembrance from you.
Right.
If you knew you were a prophet, you knew your actual lot, you'd be comfortable, man.
Right.
If you knew you were of the elect, if you are, that's like Jake getting his check before he actually do the work.
Right.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go to your job and your boss give you your check a
ain't
week
gonna
early.
work.
You ain't coming to work.
You ain't coming to work.
You know,
It's the
Jake
same
gonna
with
do the bare
YAHAWASHI
minimum.
Mel
Nigga,
Shop.
You do go to work.
Exactly. If you gave Jake his money on the first on Monday for his whole work on Friday, Jake gonna find every excuse not to do the work. That's why the Lord leaving us in suspense.
That's why he told Peter them, it is not for you to know at this time.
Exactly.
Just go do the work.
You're gonna be lukewarm. You gotta be on fire.
Right, you're gonna be right.
But that's a beautiful point, because
Right.
if the Lord would have told Peter and the disciples when he came back, when he's gonna set up the kingdom of heaven, if he said, look, it's gonna be roughly 2,500, maybe 3,000, you think they'd have went as hard as they went?
Hell no.
No,
Nope.
not a chance.
He told them, he did tell them to the 12 that they would be on the 12 nation of
Right,
Israel.
right.
So he didn't tell them, but he was alluding to that.
Right. He told me if they endure to the end, they're gonna be on the 12th throne.
Yeah, but if he'd have gave them an actual time date, a stamp on it, look, it's gonna be roughly 2,500, 3,000 years, they wouldn't have that kind of fire,
That's why
man.
they was all amped up. And this time that you come to restore the kingdom, they was ready to go.
But he
Right,
did
right,
what?
go.
He did what? He left them in suspense.
Right.
He left them in suspense because you go harder when your fate is uncertain.
I know he said, listen, I gotta go back to the Father, but I'm gonna leave you a comforter. I'm gonna send you the comforter. They said if I go not, the comforter will never come. How you supposed to go through your own task if I'm here with you all the time? How you gonna go through it? Y'all gonna be looking at me like, Yahawashi, you got
Hey,
that?
that's a good point. Come on, huh? That's beautiful.
Yeah, man. Right, man. Got that 1 Peter 2:5.
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 5. Ye also as lively stones are built up the spiritual house
Right.
and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifice
Right.
acceptable to to the Most High by Yahawah.
And the spiritual sacrifice is us out here presenting our body as a living sacrifice, man. And what he just said, right? Romans 12:2, be transformed by the renewing of your mind, man. So all that Christianity, Roman Catholicism, you gotta put that off and be rebuilt on Yahawashi. Get Ephesians 2:19-20.
Hey, Paul had to be
that's a hard fall too, bro. Come off that horse.
Ephesians 2, chapter 19,
Right?
I mean, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 19. Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners,
Right.
but fellow citizens with the saints,
The elect, man. Go ahead.
and of the house of the Most High,
Right?
and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets,
Right?
Yahawashi Hamashiach himself,
Mashiach himself. Go ahead.
being the chief cornerstone.
Right. That's the chief cornerstone, man. Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi, man.
I got a precept to back them up.
Go ahead.
In the same vicinity. This is 1 Peter chapter 2, starting at 4. To whom coming as unto a living stone,
Right.
disallowed indeed of men,
Right.
but chosen of Yahawah and precious.
Right.
Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house
Right. Right.
and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices
Right.
acceptable to Yahawah by Hamashiach.
Right.
Wherefore also it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a chief
Yeah.
cornerstone,
Right.
elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded.
Now that chief cornerstone, the brother just read in Ephesians 19 and 20. That chief cornerstone is Yahawashi. Now since he just read that, read that one again. Verse 20.
He brought up spiritual sacrifice. But
Right.
He doesn't want no physical sacrifice.
No, that's presenting your body a living sacrifice.
Exactly.
Right. Go ahead.
Ephesians 2, verse 19. Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens of the saints and of the household of the Most High,
Right.
and are built up upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Yahawashi Hamashiach himself being the chief cornerstone.
There it is, man.
I got one.
Like I was saying, spiritual sacrifice. That means, like I said, it said he don't no longer want your lambs, the
Right.
incense. You don't want
Them
none of that.
oxen,
You
right.
want your time. That's spiritual, your time
Right.
and effort, studying.
Right.
That's what he wants, man.
Right. Come
I appreciate it. This is John chapter 2, verse 19. Yahawashi answered and said unto them, destroy this temple,
Right.
and in 3 days I will raise it up.
Right.
And that 3 days was a representation of Yahawashi raising up in the spirit, man.
Right. Right.
Coming back. And he became what? The chief cornerstone. And that's why we're all what? Lively stones. Because this temple has become spiritual.
Right.
That's why he said the kingdom of heaven is not going to be seen low here, low there.
Right.
The kingdom of heaven is within you.
Hey, we are all lively stones, man. A spiritual brick
One brick at a time.
forming a spiritual temple, man. The tabernacle of David is being built before the Edomites' eyes, man. And we standing in great boldness while we're doing it. Yeah, man. Got something out? Go ahead, bro.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse
How
1.
the spirit blow, brother.
Then shall the righteous man standing in great boldness
Right.
before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors,
And they ain't made no count of my labors still to this day, man. Go ahead.
when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Hey, but you got Esau on the screen talking about giving back reparations. No. That ain't no account for our labels, man. What she said, 100 million or something?
I think he's saying like what?
A billion?
5 billion.
The 100 billion? Yeah.
You don't want that.
We don't
funny
want that.
money. That's funny money.
We don't want that. But you want your blood. Go ahead, dog.
That monopoly
Shall
money?
be troubled
Right.
with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation,
Right.
so far beyond all that they look for.
Because the Lord is raising us up, man. That exceedingly great army that's in Ezekiel 37:10, man. Go ahead.
Verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within
That's what the
themselves,
Edomites doing. They doing what now?
repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit. shall
Right.
say
They destroyed in the spirit, man. Because Hebrews 4 and 12 is cutting their ass up. Go ahead.
This was he whom we've had sometimes in derision.
Yeah, y'all had us in captivity for a long time. Well, guess what? You shall no more cast in captivity, no more. Esau, Edom, you so-called white people, you red Hebrew Edomites. Go ahead.
And in proverb of reproach, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor.
Right. They count out like madness, man. Starting with Yahawashi. the chief cornerstone. But guess what? We are the sons. We are the sons of the living power, man. Hey, Revelation 11:12, 11:11.
Jeremiah 16 and 19.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
O Lord, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited life.
And the chick said that when we was over there in front of Walgreens. Remember the chick was crying? Hey, yeah, her father inherited life. She was crying. She was weeping hard. Go ahead.
Surely our fathers have inherited life, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit.
And Esau came up tonight. He was trying to say, hey man, my father lied to me, man. Hey, we don't want to hear that, man. Don't keep going down the street, man.
Keep it pushing.
Hey, hear this judgment and get on down the road, man. It's over. You can't get nothing. Hey, we sorry. But you trying to do that Job 20 and 10, the children of Esau shall seek and plead the poor. We don't want your FRNs, man. We want your blood, Esau.
Earth is defiled. We need a new earth,
Right.
man. What's wrong with you? You don't spray chemtrails, concrete this motherfucker up, and then want to leave it to me?
Right.
I want this piece of shit.
Right.
Doing donuts in the rental.
I'm telling you.
In the rental.
That's a perfect example of doing donuts in the rental.
Get it up to 100 and throw
You
it
know,
in reverse.
Jake get a whip for Enterprise and do the dash, do donuts,
Right.
ashes all in it, and then he pull up the Enterprise and just get out and just dip.
Right.
Esau think he about to do the same thing, and nah,
Right,
it's
right.
not gonna work like that,
Right.
man.
He never filled the tank up. He let the tank on him. Real.
That's why Esau's the real nigga, man. Esau's the real nigga. Jake is just a poor version of it, man. But Esau's the real nigga. The same shit Jake do in the hood, Esau does globally, man. He's just the original G. He's the original gangster. Like he's the original nigga, man.
AJ Johnson. AJ Johnson said on Baller Blocking, he's a white nigga.
Right. He's the original OG Bobby Johnson.
Right, the original. Right,
Cold-hearted, man. He lied to the Lord. He didn't give a damn. He's a gangster.
right.
He said,
I'm my brother's keeper.
Right.
He's a gangster.
Right, bro.
but you saw what happened when the judgment came, though. He said, my punishment is more than I can bear.
Right.
He was copping pleas.
Start crying.
Right.
There's no more copping pleas now. Now the indictment is sealed. The judgment is sealed. Your fate is sealed. Ain't no bonding out of execution. Once the judge say, hey, you guilty of murder, you can apologize.
Right.
You might even shed some tears.
Especially if you got caught with the evidence, you got caught with the bag.
Hey.
You don't get caught, you got the
He's
bag.
saying he that stealeth from man and sells him, or if he be found in his
You got
hand,
the bag still.
you still got the evidence. We still found in your hand. Hey, the best thing you can get is a steak dinner before you execute. That's it. You get your steak dinner. A bloody red steak before you execute.
Yeah, you get a last meal.
Right, your last
And this
meal.
is what you see right now is Esau's last meal.
Gun.
This is his last time to enjoy whatever little kingdom he fought for.
Implementing that chip. That's his last little.
Right, right. Coming down with great rap. That's the last, yeah, that chill.
But there's no way to buy your way out of execution. There's no way to appeal. The Lord already gave, the Lord told you in Hebrews, there's no more appeals.
Right,
No more place of repentance.
right, right, right,
The Lord is
right.
after you, man. The Lord want to body you. We don't want to body you. We want to body you, but the Lord want to body you, man.
Come on, man.
The Lord always collect.
There's not a worse judgment than extinction. Like there's judgments that you can take. Even other nations,
Right.
they gonna take they gonna do a stack, but they ain't gonna be extinct.
That's still the Lord being merciful, because after that slavery, they're gonna wait. They can't wait. They're gonna wait for that bonfire.
That's why I say the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were over.
Right, right.
Because they gonna get to go in their land and they gonna live. Esau's not gonna have that fate. Like it's said in Job, he's gonna be chased out of the world completely.
Into darkness, right. Out of completely.
That's why you shouldn't even expect Esau to understand that, man.
No sun, no nothing, man.
Who would understand extinction? Like Esau not gonna get that, man.
Right.
And that slavery ain't gonna be no joke with the devil, man. That slavery gonna be harsh.
Get your last cup of blood.
Hey,
Cause y'all like it drinking child's blood. Get your last little steak, meat well wrapped.
He said well rare.
Yeah,
They
keep
making them well rare.
go ahead and
making
keep
them well
doing
rare.
keep doing donuts in the rental. You might as well do the dash.
Lord said to
Tell
He
you.
said rejoice. He said,
Go ahead.
Rejoice, live it up, man. The cup shall pass under you also.
And you're gonna drink a double portion of it.
I'm telling you. Boy, it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful. Thus saith the scriptures, thus saith Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, man.
That's why there ain't no bad days for Jake, man. Cause you could have been an Edomite. Straight up.
Real bad.
Whatever
Don't
you,
wish that on me, Ricky
whatever
Bobby.
you,
Don't wish that
yeah,
on me, Ricky Bobby.
whenever you think that you taking the L, whenever you think you taking the L and you going through it, just remember you could have been a heathen.
I'm telling you.
You, at least you got comfort in knowing how this is. Jake is going through the curses right now as we speak,
Right.
and he don't know what the hell going on. Come on, man. At least we got that comfort.
Hey, that's beautiful, boy. Real.
Ain't no bad days for Jake, man. Especially Jake that know he Jake. Ain't no bad days. It's just some are better than others.
It's Isaiah 35 and verse 3. It says, strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your power will come with vengeance, even power with a recompense. He will come and save you. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. Then shall the lame man leap as an harp, and the tongue of the dumb sing. For in the wilderness shall waters break out, and streams in the desert.
And that's where we're at now. We're in the wilderness in the desert. And what do you see? You see streams of living water on highways and hedges.
Hey, that's that water flowing, what?
That's
Hey.
why it's head up, chin up, man. We ain't got nothing to be sorrowful about, man. We have nothing to be apologetic about. All of this is true, and our Lord is coming back. There's nothing to be ashamed of. This is head up, chin up time, man.
Telling you, dog. Telling you. This is John 7:38. He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. And that's that living water, man. Y'all was talking about, just read the Isaiah 35 and 3, man. Okay, say the desert shall be flowing with waters, man. And we shall spring up, okay, as willows among the water courses, man.
This is the second
You
address.
got a question, brother?
He inebriated.
Oh man, he got. Oh man, them two faggots. Go ahead, bro. Read that.
Second address, chapter 8, verse 2.
Banyan, man.
Starting at 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Right,
But understand thou for thyself,
Right.
and seek out the glory for such as be like thee.
right. So that's talking about the 2/3 at first. Now it's going to the elect, man. Go ahead.
For unto you is paradise open.
Right.
The tree of life is planted. The time has come. The time to come is prepared. Plenteous is made ready. A city is builded, and rest is allowed.
Right.
Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom.
That's the kingdom, man. That's the kingdom and having responsibility and rulership and ruling this earth in righteousness, man. And all the other small perks that come with it.
It said that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard.
Come.
We don't, yeah, the Lord said Jacob, Esau's the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it. He didn't even describe it. He just said
Right.
it that follow it.
Right,
What's coming up next is beyond our imagination.
right. Come.
That's crazy, man. We can't even imagine the wonders that we're going to.
We can't even imagine, we're in such a low state. Imagine not having to work and not having to be somewhere at a certain time. It's hard to
man,
imagine in this
bro.
flesh. Could
Boy,
you imagine eternity where you don't have to worry about the time? The time is not important. What do you want to do?
Hey, wake up and go sit next to Yahawashi and say, what we on today, Lord?
You could spend 10 years having a conversation.
Straight up.
You know, it said 1,000 years is like a day to the Lord. That's going to be like a day to you at that point. If you're eternal, time don't even work the same for you. Our minds will, that's why the Lord said, eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. We can't even imagine what that's like.
Bring it out. Like I said, we're going to put on other planets. Who knows what's going to
knows, bro.
He may say, hey, you and you take this planet here. You rule this half, you rule that.
What?
The real Marvel universe.
Waking up and saying, Yahawashi, what we doing today? Hey, I'll wait your order.
Hey, look at Adam. Look at Adam. Adam had to name all the animals and all that.
Right.
And he had time. If you go into Genesis, a lot of our forefathers didn't have children until they were like 130, or they did 300 years on the planet and then had a child,
Right.
and then begat sons and daughters. How much more in the kingdom? It's just it don't end.
Now, you know how many plants it is, man? All the stuff that Adam had to do, man, name all the animals. Hey, when the elect was with Yahawashi creating the earth, man, all the things they had to do, bro.
Bro, I didn't even
People
think
actually
about
think it
it
took
like
7
that.
days, man.
I didn't even
I
think
think it took 6 days.
Days of 1,000 years.
I know, I'm just
I
saying.
didn't even
like,
think of it like Yahawashi gave Adam a planet, man.
Basically,
You know, I didn't even think
Basically,
about it like that.
yes.
He was like, yo, here go this is yours. Like, that's crazy.
but that's why people get thrown off with the sons of God. Because if you go to Genesis 6, it tells you that the sons of God saw the daughters of men. And in the next verse, it tells you, my spirit shall not always dwell with man.
right.
Which lets you know that's not talking about no angels. Because why would the Lord put a curse on man if that was the actual angels that did that?
Y'all stay beautiful, all right?
All right, Shalom, sister.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 23. Again, for the Most High created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity.
Right,
and that
man.
goes into the Lord saying we're going to make man in our own image and our own likeness.
Right.
And he made Adam in what? His own image, his own likeness.
Done.
That was representation of that eternal blessing. The other trees, the other nations didn't have that blessing.
Right.
That's why they're not going to get that blessing now.
What's
Right.
that? What's that on your
Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 23. 24 says, nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world,
Yep.
and they that do hold of his side do find it.
find it.
Because death didn't come to Adam until he disobeyed.
Right.
Adam was eternal until he disobeyed.
Envy of the devil. That's talking about the serpent in the garden, man.
Right, that old serpent. And that's
Adam was content, man. Was at peace, man.
and that's why once the kingdom is established, there's no need for Edomites at this point. It served its purpose.
Hey, the same envy is why Cain slew Abel, man. So that's what it's always envy.
Right.
Envy of the devil, man.
And that really goes back into that grass looking green on the other side until you actually get over there. Because Adam had everything already. He just didn't know what that side was like. And what did Eve say? It looked like it was a good fruit to be wise. And it was something that they didn't have. So they looked at it like the grass may be green on the other side. And look what it cost us. That's what Edris was going into. He said, what hast thou done, Adam? Because when you look to go over there to that grass, we was already good over here. But now we got to go through this whole process, which was already intended. So once we get back on that side, we'll appreciate it.
If you was my son and I'm a millionaire and you just had everything, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know it was like a struggle. You know?
We wouldn't have these conversations if the Lord didn't put the hell on us that he did. Jake was in Israel with garments on, eating mouse behind trees and
That's why they
just
hated
wilding
the
out,
prophets.
dog.
That's why they hated the prophets. We was in Jerusalem rulers though, man. We still had the basis of men, man. Anyway.
Nah, but Adam had it all at first, and then he disobeyed and he left it. But we're getting back into that estate, and that's why this doesn't belong to anybody else. Because even from the garden, there were the sons of God, and then there were men. It was a difference even from the beginning. And the Lord does what? He does not change. And and we already had what we needed.
They had Eve. It should have been good.
You know, Eve had to be bad back then, man. Sarah was bad. Eve was probably bad, bro.
Rebecca was bad too, man.
Yeah, all of them were. Eve was bad. She wasn't as bad as
She was bad, man. She was bad.
That's why we choose most of our women today. That's shape. Elder,
That's what he saw the $15. He wanted them to stick.
He wore his
2 men on people stick.
He want his women to look like boys before they hit puberty and shit, man. All flat, no shape. But that's Esau's spirit, tasteless. You know, Esau. If we're the salt, Esau has to be the blandest thing on the planet.
Straight pepper. Straight pepper.
You know, they don't even use a lot of them don't even use seasoning on their food. That's a representation in the spirit. Like our nation is salt.
I'm telling you, bro.
But the only problem is our focus has been in all the things except righteousness, man. Our people excel at everything they put their mind to. They just didn't put their mind into righteousness.
Show you that you got these athletes, man. Kobe put all this damn effort into shooting in the goddamn gym.
A corruptible crown.
Imagine if he was acting in the scriptures like that, you know?
A corruptible crown. You know, that's what Paul said. They do it for what? A corruptible crown. But we do it for what? An incorruptible. And it says that we run not so as uncertain. You know, just like Mayweather, he ain't going to the gym to shadow box. He going to the gym because he know he going to have a fight. We know what we're worshiping. We know what the end goal is. We know what the prize is. And we run it as certain, not uncertain. Like, maybe I'm running this and I'll get to the end and I don't get nothing. That's running uncertain.
Right.
What if I do all of this work and the Lord just don't even let me come in?
Hey, that ain't no
That's
faith,
running
boy.
uncertain, right?
Why you just thinking that's why you gotta have
There ain't no faith there, boy.
faith without works is dead.
Hey, I always try to say faith like a mustard seed. My shit like a basketball. Like a goddamn.
You got it?
Read it.
It's Hebrews chapter 12,
Yeah.
12 verse 1. No, it's 11. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I'm going to jump down to verse
Jump down
Six.
to like 6.
6. Yeah, jump down to verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Exactly, and you gotta believe, just like you believe Jacob's trouble coming, you gotta believe just as hard that the Lord is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. That the Lord is accounting your labor of love, man. That out of all the people on the earth that's not even thinking about the Most High, you're actually trying. The Lord ain't call us to be perfect, he called us to progress. Instead of offend less. We're supposed to come in this and grow and abound. Not do it perfectly. Otherwise, there would be no need for YAHAWASHI, man. It was all about progression. It's still about progression.
Right.
You got more on that?
Yeah, verse 7. By faith, Noah being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house.
Moved with fear. See? He just believed the Lord, man. The Lord showed him the vision. He had faith. He believed, and he was moved with fear.
By which
According to the Bible, it ain't how the Lord look.
Is it because Lucifer was the most beautiful angel of?
No, that's Roman Catholicism. That's not biblical.
Are you a Christian?
No.
Okay, so what is your denomination?
Hebrew Israelites.
Israelite.
You are too. What's your nationality?
Don't say me too.
What's your father?
I don't believe in God.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
Fate is sealed.
That's not Jesus. Right, who told you that?
If you don't,
It's popular belief, I would say, that most of the imagery of Jesus Christ looks like somewhat white man
Right.
with hair.
Right.
I'm
So,
not saying that that is the image of
right.
Jesus Christ. I'm saying that that is the popular belief.
Right.
of what it is.
That, you exactly right. That's who painted that image. The so-called white man painted it to be himself. Right. During the 1400s. They created that, it's called Renaissance art.
Correct.
Right.
That's the man that image was painted out to the top.
You see it on the side right there. That's the man. His name is Caesar Borgia. He lived during the 1400s.
So you're the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right. You look like you one of the Spanish tribes. So you'll be. We
I'm
are.
of the Spanish
I
tribe?
said you just look like it.
Okay.
I might be wrong. But this is for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
I have a question. You said you don't believe in God? What do you believe in?
The reality of science. I used to believe in God. When you're young, your mom says, "Oh my God." When you're young, your mom prays to your food. She said, "Thank God for this food."
Right.
When you're young, you say your mom says, "Thank God I had clothes to clothe you for the new year of school." And I became a woman of science, and I learned the ways of science. And I had to divorce myself of the ways of God. So in some ways, those who believe in God, I almost have to think of it more than those who believe in it. Because me, as someone who believes in it, I had to divorce myself from the thinking.
Wow.
So when I think of those who believe in God, no matter the denomination, whether they're Jewish or no matter if the Christian branch or the Catholic, which is of the Christian branch, or
Catholicism, right.
those of the Abrahamic God or the Hindu God or whatever, I don't doubt that their reality isn't reality. I don't doubt that. Because that is theirs. And that is sacred, and that is okay. And because it is a 50-50 chance that God is real and God is not, I can't all the way doubt that it is real.
So you're agnostic.
But the substantial, credential evidence is almost against it. So I can't say it is not real or it is not real. So before you go against me, I must say that in my opinion, it is not real.
I just wanted to understand, like, how do you think we got here? Because there's many different ways of science. So I'm trying to figure out what
There are many different disciplines of science, especially in the discipline of physics.
what's your discipline?
There is electromagnetism, there is
What's your discipline? How do you believe in
subparticles, there is many. I understand that.
So he asked you, how do you think life started?
Right.
Simple question.
Well, what if there is a way that because of the chemical makeup of our universe, we started out of something so simple? Because if we
Cosmic
look
rock.
at physics, we understand that we are made up of atomics. When you look at the physics of atomics and
Shalom, bro.
stars,
So you believe in the Big Bang?
You believe everything is like coincidence? Like,
Just by chance.
that's what I'm trying to get at. Is it the Big Bang? Is it dark? Did we come from apes? I'm trying to figure out
Evolution.
what exactly.
I believe in the Big Bang. I believe in evolution. I believe that we are all a big family tree, which is our DNA. If you doubt physics, then you doubt why your chair stands up when you sit on it. If you doubt physics, then you doubt why your computer works every time you turn it on.
But that's different.
If
That's
you doubt
different.
physics,
That's
you
different. That's
doubt
different
why
from
the first
assuming that
bulb
life
turned
started
on
from a
and
single
worked.
cell. That's different from assuming life started from a single cell. Have we seen that in today's world?
Learn physics, and you will learn.
You're in the religion of science. You're in the religion of
Science
science.
is not religion because
It is.
science can be proven wrong.
Can you prove the Big Bang?
Science can be proven wrong.
Can you prove the Big Bang?
Religion cannot. Science can be proven wrong, and when scientists are wrong, they are grateful because they are now given to another theory that they can then prove that wrong. And when that is wrong, that is no longer law. That is no longer science. That is just theory.
So can you prove the Big Bang theory?
You can't. That's why it's called a theory. And
So that would make it a
scientists always
religion.
hope that they find the origin of life. And that's okay. When scientists are wrong, that's okay. And when the origin of life is not perfect and science cannot explain it, that's okay.
Right. But you believe
But
in that, you believe in
when
that theory.
religion is wrong,
Right.
that's a problem. Because you have the masses praying to it. Those of science are okay with being wrong. And that is why it is just that, a theory. But when theories are wrong, we turn to another problem. we turn to another hypothesis.
So you think
Now
this
that was
is
always a beautiful thing. I do have to move on.
all right? Do you think this is a religion, or you just think this is a history book? I'm not talking about the doctrine.
It's not a history.
So there's not
Because
people in here
religion
that
came
actually.
before science.
Have
So
you
if
read
look
it?
Have you ever
historically
read
at
it?
the Catholic religion, the Catholic religion observes
lot of
that
words.
science
Yeah, it's
is
got a lot of talk.
It's a lot of words.
is after religion. So religion cannot explain science.
What I'm asking you,
So
are
I'm
there
gonna
people
move
in this
on.
book that actually exist? Have you
Empty
read it?
words. Empty
I
words.
have read parts of it.
A lot of empty words.
So then you disclaim everything I believe in. I understand.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
I don't want to converse with you because I'm asking you simple questions. You're filibustering. I'm not filibustering.
I'm not.
You're putting on a show.
You can-
I asked you a
I'm
straightforward question, a simple question.
That's
with a
fine.
simple answer. You're going all over the
Science will
place.
always debunk, even the book of Genesis.
You just
It will
wanna hear
always
yourself
debunk Noah's Ark. It will always debunk, science will always debunk the tribulation.
She believes in
That's
the religion
fine.
of science.
It's beautiful to believe in something bigger than who you are. Always.
She has a religion
But
like
it
we
is
do.
If you
not.
wanted to
She
have
has
a simple,
She has a religion.
But the thing is that
I could ask you questions
you
and
don't
we can
talk
go back
to
and
them
forth.
at me.
Because you're not entertaining. You are going on a filibuster. I asked you a question, you're going on and on and on. I asked you a straightforward question. Just like if you're in court and the judge, the prosecutor asks you a question, you answer straightforward. If you're going on and on, I'm going to say objection. The judge is going to
Right.
say
Because
sustained
when
and overruled.
I object, I have evidence to support my
Close
claim.
up.
And you as the plaintiff have no evidence to support either end. And what I
What time
said
we got left?
is that there is 50-50. You as the plaintiff have evidence to support that God is real. And me as the defendant have evidence to support that God is not. So because if we cannot prove that God is real or not, both of our claims are just as equal. So I cannot doubt you as a human being for believing in God as being less than, and me as believing in God as being someone who is not real, as
That's
being
cool.
less
Never heard any
than.
of
We
our
are
claims
co-equal in
Right.
the existence
Right,
of this
right.
small speck in our cosmos of the Milky
Right.
Way.
True.
You cannot doubt our presence in the
Right.
Milky Way.
Right.
We cannot doubt the evidence of physics. Though I believe in physics and I believe in science, I
Right.
cannot doubt your existence of believing in God and the
Right,
heart being
right,
of how we
right.
became in the
We got our own
Milky Way.
opinion, what you're saying.
Right.
Right.
So for you to say that in the court of law, I am none then, is blasphemy. Because I understand that I am 50-50. I either
Right.
believe or I do not.
Right.
I used to be someone who believed and I no longer do not. That doesn't mean that you are less than in this small speck in the cosmos, if in our universe.
The Lord says the
So we all have to respect each other's opinion and live co-equally as brothers, as sisters, because we are of the human race. The only way to be human is to live among humans and to be beautiful. That doesn't mean that I do not know or have a conception of a moral compass. I know what it is to be good to another human being. I know what it is to be wrong, and that is intent. I don't want to do wrong upon you, and you do not want to do wrong upon me, and that
Right.
is a beautiful thing.
Right.
To believe in something bigger than yourself is great, and that is God to you, and that to me is science.
Right.
To believe in something that explains our universe, that is poetic justice to me,
Right.
and that should be just as fine. So I hope that when I leave here, you understand that the atheist point of view is
It's
not
okay,
to
you
demean
good.
you.
You good, mama,
It
you
is
good.
to
It's okay.
understand you. It is to live
good,
co-equal.
you good.
Just like our branches of our republic.
Right.
Co-equal branches of government. Co-equal branches of fucking justice to the humanitarian race. I'm sorry that he feels
It's okay, it's okay. We
unequal, but
good,
that is
we
fine.
good.
And I feel good
It's
too.
okay. It's good,
Okay?
mama. It's good.
So I
Yeah.
hope you guys have a good night.
Yeah, you too. You have a
And
good night.
Humanity
No problem.
is good to
No problem.
you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is coming from someone who does not and has to divorce himself from God.
Right.
So you have a beautiful night.
You too. You have a good one.
Okay?
Y'all get home
can
safe.
Can you peace me?
Get home safe, brother.
Can you peace me? So he. Okay.
It's okay. Y'all have a good
You
night.
guys have a beautiful
Get
night
home
and
safe,
be safe.
ma'am.
Get
Yeah.
home safe. Thank you.
Man, shut up, bro.
Shut up.
Now you
Get
gonna
up
be
the
a tough
street.
guy. Now you gonna be a tough guy. Go down the road.
Get up the
Go down
street.
the road. Don't be hard in front of your woman. Please don't be hard in front of your woman. Go down the street,
Have a good night.
He was so quiet until he got
So
down
with
the
that-
street.
Right. So with that, we're gonna give our praises to
Yahawah,
Yahawah,
Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, rule well, and a sincere salutation to all the archers, pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, waking up the hope for the elect. And shalom to the Agwa for our listening and learning. Shalom.
It's gonna be a beautiful day.